actually protesting. And I will talk about whether or not it's right or wrong. Danny, I'm gonna leave it totally up to you on if you want to comment on their right or wrong. But I'll tell you unequivocally the fact that they protested against veterans and minorities required to be owners and veterans and minorities required to be vendors in this process. That one broke my heart, and I completely vehemently disagree with True Leave in that protest.
Right. Me too. And where I'm at is I'm not familiar enough with the legislation that passed and the processes that exist in the state of Georgia, for enabling legislation to give authority to, a rulemaking entity like the commission. I mean, I fully understand what they're trying to say, especially when it comes to the product side of things.
Right.
And I think where True Leave, didn't do themselves any favors in the court of public opinion was, trying to battle against the 5-year requirement of operating in Georgia, right? Like
Yep,
there's
absolutely.
a motivation behind that to make these Georgia cannabis businesses, Georgia businesses. And I mean, quite frankly, if True Leave is who they say they are in this limited factual background on, I think, the third page here of the leading top performing cannabis company and largest cannabis company in Florida, what's the problem with partnering up with, somebody who's from Georgia? Why are they trying to force this to be an out of state, concern?
Well, Dan,
And
that's a good question. Why would a company do that? Why would they even protest if they are already? I mean, I know Kim Rivers, the CEO of True Leave, and I've worked with her in Florida on some things. I know how diverse they are as an organization. What's the problem with them? I mean, why are they trying to make such a stickling issue on this?
I don't know. I think it's very brave for them to do this at this point, and brave can be, an act of bravery or just plain old stupid, right? So,
Sure.
to me, this is not knowing Cam and not knowing, the players in True Leave. So I just want to say that I've got no axe to grind. This is a stupid move in my mind, just simply because they're not winning any favors with, I would think, the people of Georgia or the state of Georgia as a government or the commission, right? I mean,
Yeah.
but clearly they felt there were shortfalls that they had that wouldn't allow them to qualify for a license. So
Right.
they're taking a chance by filing this action that if they get denied, they can come back and say, well, you denied us in retribution for filing this action against you. Therefore, you have to do it. So, from a legal standpoint, I get this, jousting here. I understand it. They're just not, to me, they're not doing themselves any favors, and they're not doing the movement any favors. There's clearly social equity issues,
Yes.
and Georgia has such a large Black community who wants to do business with Black ownership, right?
Hmm.
And you have so many powerful women in the state of Georgia who conduct business. They
Absolutely.
probably want to do business with women. And, for them to kind of bitch and moan about who's supposed to be involved in this, it's beyond me why they would pick this as something that they're upset about, unless they could not find Georgia partners because, I don't know, they wanted too much or whatever the deal is. So,
Which I could see absolutely being the case, Dan. And that's one of the things that, I sat back and really put my head into this and tried to wrap my mind around it, right? And I'm sitting here thinking, okay, I know first and foremost that the state came out with such a short time frame. We all know how rushed we were, right? And had we not, at Veterans for Cannabis, been preparing for this for the last 4 years, I don't think we could have been ready to apply for a license, right? So if True Leave, I know, has not been actively up here in Georgia for the last few years. They just came up last year for the first time. They probably weren't ready and able to meet those requirements. But the issue in looking at their counter protest after their protest was then protested by outside people, they were able to respond to that protest, right? That response said that what they were upset about was the fact that they couldn't score the top score in the categories. Now, I don't understand that argument at all. Look, you know that it's a point system. We know that. But if you don't have more than 50% ownership of your group that's veteran or minority owned, then you're not going to score the highest points. So
Mm-hmm.
what do you do about that? So then, we absolutely both agree on the product side. When we talk about oils as a delivery and the only delivery option for the patients, I think we both completely disagree on that. But I'm going to lean on you as being the one who has all the industry experience on different products and availability. What does that mean for the patients to only have one delivery option?
Well, at the end of the day, and we're limited by time, at the end of the day, this won't last. Consumers are going to demand that these things change, and it'll likely have to go to the legislature because of statute, right?
Right.
But the purpose of True Leave's protest on this issue is considerably valid. The commission changed the allowable products, which I don't believe they've got the authority to do. And that's the point of True Leave's protest on all this stuff.
Exactly.
I'm not familiar with, whether or not statute required focus on minority and veterans and vendors and everything else. But I do know that the statute allowed for a lot more products than what the RFP came out and said. So to me, in fact, when we first started talking about this, what did I say? Somebody needs to sue the agency on this
Verbatim.
issue. Yeah.
That's right.
So I agree with True Leave on this issue, but I also know that the consumer patient marketplace is going to want edibles. They're going to want all types of different products. I mean, people use different products for different reasons, and to limit this to just oil, doesn't accomplish the goal of making this a medicine that has, the versatility of this plant. So, but this is typical in dipping your toes in for,
Right.
a state starting something new. But the commission definitely overstepped their authority when they restricted it even further.
Yeah, I think so. And I think we saw the legislative process over the last 4 to 5 years that the legislative body did not have any appetite whatsoever for any additional delivery options. So you and I both know that's what we've been talking about on all these podcasts. That's what Veterans for Cannabis was founded on, is the only way to get that changed is to do it through the legislative process. Where I do agree with True Leave in their argument, I disagree with them that this is the platform to protest it, right? They
Yeah.
knew they weren't going to change it here.
Yeah.
So why the hell protest?
Well, to me though, the commission basically misstated, like on page 6 of the protest, and they're saying that the commission stated Georgia law does not allow production licensees to manufacture or produce cannatol, tinctures, topicals, rapid onset sublinguals, edibles, and inhalable. These products are prohibited. That is not true, right?
Correct.
Based on the statute. So I don't know where they're going to land on this. I don't know if this is going to be good for them.
I
But at
know.
the end of the day, if this portion of this doesn't get stopped and changed now, then people are going to, case law could actually say, well, they accepted it and it actually is part of the regulation now, right? So for me, I think, let me put a funny spin on this. Georgia's been through some shit in the last 2 months. And my guess is more people want marijuana than ever before.
Than ever
the
before.
State of Georgia.
But
So
we use the word cannabis, Dan.
yeah, well, I mean, I use weed, I use cannabis, I say pot. It's all the same thing to me, but I'm an old man, right?
Oh my
Like
gosh. You're not old.
I don't know.
You're just experienced.
I served in the military when Reagan handed things off to Bush, and there's people
Oh
who
my
don't even know
gosh.
who Ronald Reagan is. Both
That's
of the
true.
ships I was on were decommissioned.
Oh my God. Well, hopefully
Pretty
you and
old.
I never get decommissioned, Dan. And I'll tell you what, thanks so much for being our contributing analyst here on the Veterans for Cannabis podcast today. Dan Anglin, CEO of Can America Brands. You are a true champion of our cause, sir, and it's been a pleasure to have you on today.
Thank you so much, and I hope to see something come out on this product side in Georgia.
We're going to make it happen. Take care.
Thank you.
Thanks, y'all. Catch you soon.
Line over there, over there. Send the word over there. That the Yanks are coming, the Yanks are coming. The drums coming everywhere. So prepare, say a prayer. Send the word to beware. We'll be over, we're coming over, and we won't come back till it's over there, over there.